Hi, in case you're watching this on replay and you're not my fan and you haven't been to my website yet, my name is Tamara. I live in the UK. I'm an online business strategist and digital marketing mentor. I work with entrepreneurs and service-based business owners who want to launch and grow a successful online business using modern marketing techniques. And primarily most of my clients want to transition from just working one-to-one with clients and also be able to sell their programs and their expertise online as a packaged online courses, membership sites, ebooks, and so on. So today in this episode we're going to talk about the 5 key lessons from teacher training that you can apply to your next online program or online course to help your online program or course actually achieve great results for your clients who will be going through it. And in case you don't know, I'm a completed teacher training course. I was going to teach maths in a secondary school, so like 11 to 18-year-old kids. I've done it for about 6 months, and then it was very, very stressful for me because it's a lot easier to teach someone who actually wants to learn. And with a lot of kids in school, they don't really want to be there, especially in the school that I was in, and they don't want to learn maths because they don't see the relevance where they are in their life, how they'll be able to use maths. And the same could be also applicable with your online programs, that when clients sign up and then you give them a bunch of information, they might not realize how is this going to be applicable for their business and where they want to be with their goals. So it's important to make this connection to them as well. But anyhow, any experience in our life is a great experience, and my experience of teacher training taught me a lot about how to structure learning, not just for kids but for adults as well, and all the key learning concepts and all the latest research learning and how people actually learn and understand information. So when I'm creating my programs and when I'm mentoring and guiding my clients on creating their programs, I can help them implement those key learning points and strategies into their programs, and as a result, programs can then achieve better results for your clients. Now, why do we want to care about this? Why is it so important? Well, when you get clients signing up for your programs, whether it's group coaching or service programs or e-courses or membership sites, you want to make sure that your clients complete, or as many of your clients as possible complete the program, and those who do complete the program, they can see a tangible result and impact in their life or in their business. Without that, they'll feel like they failed, and if they feel like they failed, they're not obviously going to work with you again and buy more from you, your products and other services, and they're not going to recommend you and like rave about you and share your work with all their friends and anyone else they know, because they'll feel like, well, it didn't work for me, and why would I want other people to go through the same experience, waste their money, and then not achieve any results. So if you can get your program, your package to deliver great results for the clients, then you'll have good testimonials that you can use in marketing, but also you will have all this goodwill that will help your program grow through referrals and through others just sharing about it, talking about it, and therefore helping your program grow. So without further ado, let's dive into the 5 key lessons that you can implement when you're creating your program to help you make the program better and achieve greater results for your clients and for anyone who will be going through it. So lesson number 1 is start with the plan. I've got them written down here. So I'm prepared. So number 1 is start with the plan. When we are teacher training or when we're teaching in school, we have to have a plan for the whole year of what topics we're going to cover. So we don't just turn out for a lesson like, oh, I'm just going to teach this today, oh, I'm just going to teach this tomorrow. There is a curriculum for the whole school experience that the child will go through between 11 and 18, or basically from even they're 4 till they're 18. And this curriculum is then broken down into stages, and each stage is broken down into years, and each year is broken down into terms. A term is broken down into topics, and topics are broken down into number of lessons you have to deliver each topic. So when you're creating your online program, you also need to have this kind of plan of how you will guide someone from where they are now here and they don't know anything about this topic, or they have this problem in their life, they are overweight, they have problems with eating, they have problems with their skin, maybe they have leaky gut, maybe they want to attract more money in their life, maybe they want to find the best partner, maybe they want to get pregnant. And then here you have someone who achieved their goals. They have the great business, they've overcome emotional eating, they found the love of their life, they are pregnant and waiting for the next baby. So from here to here, what are the key steps that someone needs to go through in order to achieve the result? Once you get clear, even for yourself, what are these steps are, then they can become your key modules or key learning points in your program, and then you can work on breaking them down into lessons or separate videos or worksheets or steps that someone needs to complete in order to actually complete each module. So that's number one. Number two is know your outcomes. Again, if you are going into a lesson with children, you need to know what will be the outcome of the lesson. What will the learner be able to do by the time the lesson's finished? Will they know how to use capital letters in a text? Will they know where to put punctuation signs like commas and dots? Will they know how to multiply two-digit numbers? Will they know how to translate sentences in past term in French, or whatever it is that you're teaching? There is an outcome of what someone will be able to do. Similarly, if you're doing it as an online program, you need to know clear outcomes of what someone will be able to accomplish by the end of each module. So if they're going through this module, there's a first step in the program. What should they be able to do, to see, to have, to feel once they've completed it? When you are clear on those outcomes, you can then communicate them to your client and say, well, by the end of this module, you will achieve this. So when the person completes the module, they can then basically check themselves. Well, can I now do this? Do I have this? Do I feel like this? If not, maybe I need to go back and redo some of the module videos, some of the steps. Or they'll get back to you as a course leader and say, well, I've completed the module, I still haven't achieved the result. And when this result is clearly communicated to them, then obviously it makes it a lot easier for them to see how they're progressing through the program, how they're achieving the results, and gives them this actionable, measurable self-check steps that they can apply throughout the program. That's number two. Number three is keep it actionable. There are many programs out there, unfortunately, where you get a ton of information, but then you don't really know how to apply it. There are no clear action steps. Again, something as teachers we have to do in lessons is every time you teach a new concept, you keep your teaching to 10-15 minutes tops, if not less, depending on the age group as well. And then you need to give your students an actionable exercise so they can actually apply what they've just learned from you and basically absorb the knowledge into their brains. So similarly in your program or in your e-course, every time you teach someone something, whether it's about eating or about thinking something different or about doing something in their business, you need to give them actionable steps of how they can go and apply the knowledge into their business. So if it's a more for like a techie program, you can say, well, now go into your account, whether ClickFunnels, or go into your webinar account, go into your lead pages and follow the steps to build whatever you've taught them. Or go to Canva and create your own image that you'll be using on social media. This is the shopping list, so go on online shopping website and purchase those supplements that you'll be using every week. Or go to your wardrobe and find 5 things that don't fit you, you don't like, and just put them in a recycling or charity bag. So something actionable that they can then go, implement, and again feel like they've completed, they've moved forward, they've taken action, and as they're taking action, what they've been learning from you through videos or through workbooks or ebooks will help also stay in their brain. If you're struggling with some topics to necessarily give people actionable steps to actually physically do something, you can always create a workbook or a worksheet that your students can print and then write their answers in. So especially if it's about life coaching topics, then it might be harder for you to just tell someone go and do this or go do this, or if you're working on someone's mindset. So those workbooks will help your students again process the learning, apply it to their own life and their own state, and feel better in the process as well. So that's step number 3. Step number 4, account for different learner styles. You might have heard about this already, but humans have different preferred learning styles. Some of us like watching videos or watch someone explain information to us. Some of us prefer reading information. Some of us like listening to the information and someone tell us. So those people really like audiobooks. And some of us like actually physically trying it themselves in order to really learn. None of the people in your program, there will be just one of the defined styles. Everyone is a mix of styles, but for all of us, one of the styles is a preferred style and others we use less often. So personally, I really like reading information. I'm a really fast reader, so if I'm researching something, I just kind of scan through it and I can quickly find answers. My business partner, he is more of a kinesthetic learner, so he likes actually doing something himself, and this helps him to retain information better. So when you're creating a program, chances are that you will have also a mix of different learning styles in it. So then you need to account to help your learners and your clients to go through the program and implement the information. That's why in good programs you'll usually find videos, and then those videos can be transcribed into downloadable PDFs, and some videos could have also audio file taken out, which you can download and just listen to the audio file. And then you will have either action steps that you need to complete, or you will have worksheets, workbooks where you need to print and write in order to implement the learning. So by mixing all those different resources, it's not just making your program bigger and more padded and it just contains so much information, but it actually helps your learners use the best learning method that works for them. So how can you apply it? So if you're creating your program primarily as a video program, you can then use video editing software like Camtasia and then export just the audio file from the video. Then those audio files you can load separately in the membership site, and then you can also send them to a service like rev.com, R-E-V, or you can hire someone on freelancer.com or upwork.com to transcribe the audio files and edit them so they read nicely as PDFs. And then from creating just one video, you can also load, secondly, PowerPoint slides if you're using PowerPoint, and then you talk over the PowerPoint. And then you can have the audios, and then you can have the transcribed audios. And then if you create a workbook or worksheet to go with the video as a PDF, then you will also have additional resource to go with your program. So that's number 4. And then number 5, the final step, is ask for RAGs. So what does it mean? RAG is the abbreviation for red, amber, or green, which helps kids in school evaluate how they're progressing through a topic, if they understand, if they can keep up, if they feel like they've mastered it and they know how to do it. So you could ask in the class for thumbs up or thumbs down, or you can actually give them cards of different colors, and then they'll raise their card and say whether they're red, green, or amber. So similarly with your program, you can use different evaluation methods. So as your students go through the program, because they know the plan and the big picture of what they're meant to accomplish, they know what the outcomes are for each of the modules, they know what the actions are for each of the modules. So once they've completed those, then they can evaluate themselves and see, am I learning? Am I improving my business? Am I improving my life? Am I able to implement, or am I stuck with something? And as they self-evaluating, then they can give you feedback, whether they are red, amber, or green. So you could use forms, and you can put a little form at the end of each module asking your students and your clients to fill the form and send it to you as a feedback. My favorite tool for creating forms is called JotForm, jotform.com. You can get started with it for free, and then you can embed those forms into any website where you can embed HTML code, or you can just link to the forms that are hosted on JotForm website. So that's number one, how you can do it. Number two, if you have a Facebook group as part of your program, then you can ask for feedback in the group, and as your students engage with you in the group and ask you questions, this also gives you feedback on how they're progressing through what they like, what they don't like, where they're stuck. If you have live group calls or coaching calls with your clients, again, this all gives you opportunity to get feedback and see how your program is actually working for your students, as opposed to just when you were envisaging and designing it in your head. As you're getting feedback, this gives you valuable data, then now you can do something with. So if you find that in some modules that a lot of people get stuck, or they're not sure, or they can't quite complete it, then you can go and adjust and tweak and improve. We'll record some videos, add some other examples, some more case studies, some maybe break it down in different steps, so your learners and your clients can implement what you're teaching them better, and therefore give you better feedback. And then at the end of the course, typically you will also have an opportunity for your clients to provide feedback for the overall of the experience of the course and everything that they've completed in the program. Obviously if they had positive feedback, positive experience, then this can form a basis of a testimonial that you'll be able to use to attract more clients and more students into your program, and the next time you relaunch it. So I hope this was helpful for you. So the 5 key steps and lessons that you can apply to your online program or online course that I've learned when I was teacher training to become a secondary teacher. Number 1, start with the plan. Number 2, know your outcomes. Number 3, keep it actionable. Number 4, account for different learning styles. And number 5, ask for RAGs, ask for feedback. If you like this video, please share it with your friends who are planning or already creating online programs and online courses for their students and clients. Share it on social media. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions. I'd like to know if this was interesting and helpful for you. And I'll see you again in the next video next week. Bye for now.